Yeah, man. I gotta see Maxwell's Tiny Desk concert and shit.
I gotta see. I gotta watch that. I ain't watched it yet. Gotta watch that.
So apparently Drake has a new diss track against Kendrick.
Oh Lord, are we back to this again? He's back from the dead.
He says he's coming after everybody.
Oh God, please stop. Drake, you lost. Take some time off. Jesus Christ. He don't know when to give up. He's gonna literally alienate the pop fans he have left.
Too bad.
He's really gonna alienate people that support him.
What up, Q?
Mm-mm-mm.
Tyrese recently revealed that him and Ving Rhymes actually had real beef.
He had beef with him.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I didn't
When
know
was that?
this. I guess they just didn't get along. They ain't see eye to eye.
Wow. And it gave them a great movie in the process.
Right.
So they probably wasn't really acting those scenes out together. They probably really hated each other's guts. That's crazy. Mm-mm-mm.
What up, TT?
TT.
Scarface, keep your head up.
Yes. Get well soon. I ain't talking about Drake. I could kill less. He lost. Get over it. Tired of talking about this nigga.
So we got a slew of movie and TV reviews coming up. So, but I'm gonna text you something. Shit. What else is going on? What else is going on? Apparently, Puffy has another lawsuit coming up.
Oh Lord. He needs to be locked up already. What they waiting for?
I guess more concrete evidence. I don't know.
They ain't got enough. I mean, we saw a video of him fucking Cassie up. That wasn't enough.
I guess some of people just gotta look through their own eyes and shit.
Fuck that. They were quick to hold Bill Cosby though accountable for shit that he done 50 years ago.
Exactly.
You know.
I'll be right back.
Mm-mm-mm. Force MDs are legends, man. One of the first groups in rap to sing and to harmonize in rap.
You said
And
what?
people forget about them. You know,
You said what?
talking about Force MDs.
Uh, you got the key.
house.
You got the key. Lately, I just been on a 70s soul kind of tip lately. Forcing these got me listening to some R&B groups and shit.
No, they wasn't. That was Full Force. That's another group. Not Forcing These.
Everybody was naming themselves Force this, Force that.
We got it. We got a new LL Cool J album called Force coming out September 6th.
Right.
Cool shit.
Yeah, definitely can't wait to talk about that one.
Hopefully it's good.
Come out, starting about 2 more minutes.
They from Staten Island, way before Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I'm saying? People forget that. Forcing These is from Staten Island.
I never heard of Salomfius London's work.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
All these fucking reboots, man. Ugh. Not Puffy offered Bad Boy artists $300 to stay silent. I thought $300.
$300. Wow.
That's all they were, $300 to him.
$300 for G Dot. It's a damn shame.
All right, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy trying to building with me.
Yo.
All right, so we got an album anniversary today. So on this day, in August 25th, 1998, Lauryn Hill drops her debut and her only studio album. I'm not counting the Unplugged album.
Right.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Classic album.
Mm-hmm.
Like that too, you know. This was released on Rough House Records and under Columbia. This was recorded after the Fugees broke up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this album has been talked about by a lot of people. It's legendary and it does have some controversy towards it, which we'll get into that in a minute.
Right.
So with this album came out literally as high as after the Fugees literally broke up and stuff like that.
Right.
And you know, we had already gotten like Wyclef's The Carnival album and stuff like that. And then also IoT.
You gotta do that. You gotta do the little foreigner thing for him.
What?
Lord.
All right. And so then we had Pras, who also came out with that Girl Superstar album as well too. Lauryn Hill pretty much wanted to take her time with it. Plus, she had also, you know, had a child and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And originally, I think Wyclef was supposed to produce a whole album alone. Was like, no.
And RZA, the label
And
wanted
RZA,
too.
yeah, and RZA too. But Lauren was like, no, she's gonna have her own sound. She's gonna have her own producers and her own team and everything like that too.
Right.
And that's how this album came about. You know, now know people want to say, well, this is a hip hop album. People say it's more of an R&B album with hip hop textures. It's R&B, it's hip hop, it's reggae, and all that shit. You know what
It's
I'm
a nice
saying?
balance.
It's a nice balance.
Hmm.
It got her plenty of awards and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this album got her album of the year in the Grammy Awards and stuff like that too. And mind you, she had gotten 10 nominations. So I'm just gonna list the awards that she won and stuff. I'm not gonna go by the nominees. I'm just gonna list the awards. So she won Album of the Year, which was the first time a hip hop artist won the award. She won the Best R&B Album, Best New Artist, Best R&B Song, and Best Female R&B Vocal Performance for "Do Up That Thing." You know what I'm saying? And it won a whole lot of awards. This album literally kept her busy from '98 to 2000 at least.
Facts.
Stuff like that too. Now the songs. I mean, the songs, man. I mean, you have classic songs like "To Zion" with Carlos Santana. Love that record. I
Hmm.
used to love him. Nothing even matters with
Hmm.
D'Angelo. Everything is everything was possibly my favorite song. But then you also have some controversial songs like "Lost Ones" and "X Factor," which those were like about Wycliffe John and stuff like that too, because they had that thing going on. Lost Ones to some people is considered a diss track. I consider it a diss track too. So you know what I'm saying. I mean, then you have "Do Wop That Thing," which is probably like the signature track. That's actually one of the first songs I heard from Lauryn Hill.
Right.
Next to the sweetest love song of that. Dun, 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 dun. I love that record. Um, yeah, man. I mean, so this album kind of got some controversy because apparently, when it comes to like the musicianship of the album, a lot of like the people who were working with her on the album and stuff like that, they pretty much was talking shit, saying how she didn't really, she stole a lot of music and stuff like that too, and like she plagiarized some stuff. Like this album kind of got like some criticism over the years because a lot of people want to say, well, this is probably why she never came out with another fresh studio album and
Right.
stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's been said that she's apparently dropping something very soon, but I'll believe it when I see it. But at the same time, too, I could possibly believe it because a lot of artists I never thought would drop shit like Black Star. They came out with an album and stuff like that too. So you never know.
Right.
But
And it was good.
very good. You know what I'm saying? It might be. I might like that better than the first one. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know about that. I gotta let it marinate though. But yeah, man. I mean, this album, very influential. A lot of people, are, even to this day, try to duplicate this album. So yeah, man. What do you think about this album?
Great album. Great artist. She is the reason why the Fugees' Score album was classic. You know what I'm saying? That she was the main reason. When you look at that album, that was a complete turnaround from the first one, Blending on Reality, and Fuji's blew up with that in '96, and those hits on that album, she's the main part. Ready or Not and Fuji La, Killing Me Softly, Roberta Flack rendition. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She was the glue to the Fugees. And she goes out on her own, comes out with this album, and it's a great balance of R&B and hip hop because she sang and rap and she did it the right way. And she could do that. She could do a whole R&B album if she wanted to. She could do a whole rap album if she wanted to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just the fact that the record label wanted RZA, this is like Wu Tang Forever, era RZA, coming off of their success with their double album the year before in '97, and they wanted RZA to do shit on here, and that would have been great. I would have loved to hear Lauryn Hill and RZA, when he was in his bag at that point, and unfortunately we didn't get that. But I think, to Lauren's credit, she's just such a multi-talented artist that she wanted to do everything herself. You know what I'm saying? And it was great that she did that and gave us huge records. When Doo Wop came out, that was the first single. That was everywhere. That you
Right.
could not turn on the radio or hear a car passing by and they were not playing that. That was everywhere. Lost Ones was everywhere also. 'Cause I believe that was like the B side, and they were playing that real early on before the album came out. And
Yeah.
that was great. And she was taking shots at Wyclef and just every track on here was a smash and could have been a smash. X Factor was great. Everything is everything. Forgive them, Father. You know, Final Hour is one of my favorites as well, and it was just great. Just a phenomenal all-time classic of any era, and she deserved all the Grammys that she got for this album, definitely. And it showed that Grammys is time. It's long overdue. If we have a great hip hop album, that should be nominated in Album of the Year. And why can't we win that category? It don't have to be about Taylor Swift every time or Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that Lauren won it and Outkast won it with Stankonia. It was not Stankonia. Was it double album they won it for?
Speaker box. Yeah.
Bigger Box, right? Love Below and just great albums and you know I want to hear new music again. It don't have to be classic, but if she come out with a new project and it's something that's listenable and we can go back to it, that's all that matters. It don't have to be classic because she already proved that she can make a classic record. You know what I'm saying? Give us quality grown rap. That's what I expect from these artists at this point. I'm not looking to hear a classic anymore. Okay, when LL drops his album in another 2 weeks, I'm expecting to hear grown quality rap from him. They don't have to be a classic. He already got his classics. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely a great album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. All right, so going to the R&B side of things, we continue on with our artist Sunday. We got the Force motherfucking MDs with. Oh, you got the album, okay? Touch
Yes,
and Go.
yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. This album came out. It just says 1987. Let me see if I can
Mm-hmm.
find the date.
87. Tommy Boy Records.
October 21st, 1987. Okay.
Yep, yep.
Yes. Tommy, like Try said, Tommy Boy Records. Um, this album came out with singles such as "Love Is a House," "Touch and Go," "Couldn't Care Less." In this lineup, Force MDs consist of members TC, Mercury, DJ, Dr. Rock, and Trisco. Am I missing anybody? Yes, Jesse.
I don't know, are you?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Producers include, oh my God, let me see. Joaf Gerd, Martin Lascelles, Herbie Eves III, Poogie Bell, Victor Bailey, Richard Shear, Robin Halpin, James Edward Jr., the James Edward White Jr., Leroy Evans. I'm going by Discogs and stuff like that. So Leroy Evans, and I think that's it. Yeah. All right. So after the release of the Chillin' album, they pretty much was getting ready and getting like a lot of popularity and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned to you guys before, they had that other song that sound Tender Love
Right.
was on the Crush Groove soundtrack and stuff like that too.
Uh-huh.
Also around this time too, they were starting to have some issues, personally and professionally. And personally, Jesse, he pretty much got arrested and everything like that too. I forgot what, I think it was like some drugs or some shit like that too. And he was sentenced to like 3 years in prison. So that's why he wasn't on this album. And it's
Wow.
kind of interesting too because he was already upset because of the fact that he felt like he was getting like lessened, his value was getting lessened, especially with the popularity of TC
Yeah.
and like that too. And at this around this time too, they also had issues with Tommy Boy Records.
They
And
did.
right, and mind you, these were like among the first acts of Tommy
Right.
Boy. So
Right.
they had an issue because of the fact that they felt like they had a fucked up deal, and they felt like Tommy Boy was trying to underpay them because of the fact that they didn't want to waste a lot of money on producers, like high profile producers.
Right.
And guess who's one of the producers who really wanted to work for the Force MDs?
So Jam and
Teddy
Terry Lewis.
Teddy Riley.
Oh, Teddy Riley.
Wait, who did you say?
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah, but they already did something with
Right.
them.
Teddy
But
Riley.
like, and even with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they were popular, but they weren't the household names just yet. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They were still known as princess artists that he kicked to the curb at that
Yeah.
time.
He got kicked.
I mean, once they had the hits with Alexander O'Neal,
Yeah.
the Chevelles, the Jesse Johnsons, but then it wasn't until Janet Jackson that's when they became the household name.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so they had to renegotiate their deal and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which is why you, with those producers I mentioned in the lineup, you can tell there was some in-house. Cause I had never heard of those, most of those producers before. You can tell a
Right.
lot of them were in-house producers and stuff like that. And most importantly, with the popularity of like songs like "Here I Go Again" and "Tender Love," Tommy Boy still wanted them to like lessen the hip hop and focus more on the ballads and stuff like that too. So, and for some D's, they wanted to have like more of the hip hop danceable tracks
Hmm.
and stuff like that too. So, oh, I forgot to mention, they also opened up for Madonna a
Oh
few times,
wow.
stuff like that too, because Madonna was a fans of Force MDs, and
What?
that's
When was that? What? Was that the Like a Virgin tour?
that was like around 85, 86,
Yeah. Okay.
and stuff like that too. That was around that time.
Yeah.
They talked about that on an episode of Soul Train too. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, so they really wanted to not lose like the hip hop roots and stuff like that too, and stuff. So yeah, um, try already showed the album cover. I actually love the album cover.
Yes. What's
And
his
stuff.
name is not on it either. It's only for them. So
Yeah, just yeah, that's he was already in jail at the time and shit.
wow. Damn, Jesse.
Yeah, he won't come back until the 1994 album, which will be the last album we will talk about them. Honestly, hold up, let me. I might actually do a double review, but I'm not too sure yet. I'll let you know about that because I might save the Sunday after next as the LL Cool J review and shit. But
Yes.
that would make more sense. But and mind you, the soundtrack month and everything like that too. So
Hmm. Right.
yeah, so he already showed the album. This album literally has about 8 tracks, not that long for an album.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start it off with oh, I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna say one more thing. I personally, I'm not. This might be the last time I mention them, but I feel like Tommy Boy wanted their own new edition,
Hmm.
which is kind of why you can tell they were trying to make them more mainstream. Because if you notice in the last review, I mentioned a lot of new edition, and stuff like that too. I'm not really trying to use the Force and D's to compare them to new edition. I
Hmm.
just use that as a pinpoint and stuff like that because Tender Love was originally supposed to have been for new edition.
Listen, right.
So yeah, so I
Right.
just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, so this album has 8 tracks. We're gonna start it off with another one of the most signature tracks. Love is a house. You got the key. Dun, 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 dun. This is literally one of my favorites when it comes to the Force MDs, and a lot of fans love this track too. You know, and I think it's actually their most successful song. This is actually
Really?
their only number one R&B hit to
Wow.
date.
Wow. Crazy.
Right, and because yeah, it's surprising. I know that they were more popular in the R&B. Well, I'm gonna say that they were more popular in the black community than the MTV crowd and shit like that too. But you would have thought with songs like "Tender Love" that would at least been
Hmm.
number one. But
Yeah. Let
this
me
is
love you.
literally like yeah, but this next to "Tender Love," this is like their signature track.
Yeah.
You know, I love the video. The video was pretty dope too. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You can definitely have that '80s bright colors. You know the special effects and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So TC never disappoints with the vocals. One of the best falsettos of all time. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like this one.
this was great. This was definitely a great record. The beat, the melody, everybody singing, together. Definitely a great track to start off the album. So this is like, yeah, I would say like right up there with Tender Love is like their two biggest hits.
I definitely agree with you about that. All right. Next track we got is where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I think it's Would You Love Me? Now I like this song and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool ballad, but I kind of feel with some of the ballads on this album, you could tell they were trying to replicate a lot of the magic from like Here I Go Again and Tender Love and stuff like that too. And this is a great ballad and stuff, but it was just like, well, we kind of heard this before, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I would say.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Had a nice beat for it, nice bass line. I think they sang it beautifully in here. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, they definitely did a thing on this one. Next track is Touch and Go. Now this is a song I'd actually do F with and stuff like that too. It's a nice little fun song.
Right.
This is by Pootie Bell and Victor Bailey and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, man. I mean, this is just a nice little fun kind of song and stuff like that. I kind of wish this was a single.
Yeah. Yeah. The strings on it, the synthesizers, the beat. It was a great title track for them, and it was one of my favorites on here.
Definitely. Track number four, Couldn't Care Less. Another one of those polished songs that they definitely try to replicate the formula from Here I Go Again. You know what I'm saying? This one was actually still pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? I like TC's vocals and the background harmonies was what really made the song angelic. That whole polished production, you can definitely tell. Like it was you can tell how polished this song is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And the saxophone solo on it was good too.
Ooh, yes,
The
I've had.
saxophone, yeah, gave it like a real bluesy, jazz feel to it, and it was dope.
Definitely. Next song, Your Love Drives Me Crazy. My favorite song on this album. To be real with you, I mean,
Did we skip one?
no, we did it.
Couldn't kill less. We didn't skip that.
I just talked about Couldn't Kill
Okay.
Less.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, Your Love Drives Me Crazy. I love this record so much. This is definitely a Force MD's ballad done right. At the same time, you had the fun, cheeky lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
You had the metaphors and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like this was the '80s, so everybody was doing songs about cars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from Little Red Corvette to Freeway of Love. So this song is no exception. I wish this one was a single. I really wish though, but it is what it is.
Yeah, this had a nice slow beat to it. Again, you got some saxophones on here, the pianos. It was we like in the Quiet Storm section of the album, where they had like some good ballads on here.
Yeah, man. You gotta have that saxophone. You can't be an '80s
Yeah,
album without sax and shit like that.
right.
All right. Next song we got is Midnight Lover. This is a nice little fun dance track, which I kind of wish was more. There was some more on this album. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I mean, any song that they go back to like their hip hop roots, at the same time mixing it up with like the R&B of the time, I'm still going to highly recommend it. So this one was not bad.
Yeah, this was dope. Had a nice beat for it, nice bass line.
Definitely. All right. Next song is Take Your Love Back. Very dope song again too. You know what I'm saying? Um, again, somebody did a Force MDs wrong. They don't want their love no more. Again, we've heard stuff like this before, but at the same time, it's still good because, like I said, the musicianship, the vocaling is what really elevated the song too. So I
Yeah,
love it.
this was good. Um, Definitely love the beat for this. This the harmony on the track was good.
Definitely. All right, next song we got is Sweet Dreams. That's the last song on the album. Another one of those polished songs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Nice way to end up the album. Don't really have no complaints about it.
Yeah, this was great. Great vocally, they sounded great on here. So you had some pianos that start off the song, the bass line. It had like an old school, R&B flavor to it. But yeah,
Definitely. So overall, I wouldn't really put this album on the same level as the first two, to be real with you. But that does not mean I will call this album a complete failure too. I just feel like it's still a good album. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely the album where it's like the labels wanted them to do a certain sound and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But the Force MDs wanted to do their own traditional sound, so you can tell it's like we've seen shit like this before in the past and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So but at the end of the day, they still managed to come out with some classic songs too. You know what I'm saying? Again, "Love Is a House" is like the only number one hit in R&B. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty interesting. I mean, despite Jesse not being here, I feel like they still held it down. I'm gonna give
Mhm.
it a 4 out of 5.
I love it. Definitely love the production, the R&B production on here. It was more, great songs. Vocally they were in their bag. They should have had more singles on this album. Touch and Go. Love the title track for that, and Couldn't Care Less. Sweet Dreams. Your Love Drives Me Crazy. Love Is a House, of course. So I'm giving it 4.5. It's one of my favorite Force D albums, like the first one. So
Definitely. All right. So yeah, we finished this earlier than I thought. So so for next week and everything like that too, I'm just gonna combine the last two Force and Deep albums
right.
together because I'm looking at the production credit for the Step to Me album. I see they got back in the hip hop bag because I'm seeing the producers include Full Force, Marley Marl. I'm like, okay, interesting and stuff like that too. So I take it that that's gonna be like their back to the basics kind of album. So definitely can't wait to talk about that one. What else? What else? So yeah, so I'm gonna review the next artist Sunday next week. It's gonna be artist y'all might not expect me to do, but I'm gonna put it on a private chat for y'all. Give me 1 second.
1 point. This could be really good or really really bad.
I already texted you.
Oh, okay. Somebody I like. Thank God. It ain't
Yeah, I
nobody
never.
like Flies or Nelly or some shit.
Oh hell no. Nah. I already talked about the first two notes are all the albums we're gonna talk about.
Oh, thank God.
And Plies, I don't want to go through 18 songs of Plies and shit, so I'm good on this.
Becky.
That's it, baby.
Oh man.
So, so next week it's gonna be the conclusion of the Force and D's, and then Sunday after next week, after that, it's gonna be our LL Cool J, the Force review. And then
Yes.
next week is when I'll review. I'll let y'all know the next artist we're gonna talk about. What else? What else? So this upcoming week is gonna be the Bruce Willis week and everything like that too. Oh, I have to send Mike the schedule and everything too. So we're still gonna do the Chris Brown Breezy Wednesdays and everything like that too. We're still gonna do that because that's the Fame album, and that album we have to talk. We have to talk about. That's mandatory
Right.
and stuff like that too. Me and Mike are gonna do the Moonlight and the Bruce Willis album too. We're gonna talk about that one together.
Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to join for that one.
Thank God.
Yeah. Also next week, I was thinking about reviewing Blank Man.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I was thinking about reviewing Blank Man and shit like that too.
Why? Who's asking for that?
I'll text you. I'll let you know in the private chat. Hold on. I feel like it's just like Medium Man and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I want to give Blank Man his just due.
Best do. Wow, like that could give Media Man.
Yeah, but Media Mail way better though.
I don't like both of them, so that's just me.
Facts.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um,
90s buffoonery at its finest.
you said what?
I say 90s buffoonery at its finest.
Right. Also, too, Married with Children is also going to be next week. That's going to be the sitcom retrospective next week as well too. The day is going to be announced. I was trying to see if I can get Lashia on it, but I don't think she really f with the show like that.
Why not?
I don't know. I asked her twice. You want?
We're not, what, we're not doing nothing about love and relationships. You know,
I'm asking one more time and shit.
Married with Children. She didn't like Married with Children. What was she watching?
I'm asking,
What was y'all watching?
and I just finished with the book too.
Y'all was
Um,
watching that Nickelodeon crap, right? All that and Goodberg and all that shit.
hey, all that was good up until a certain point.
Fuck that. You got washed up '90s actors on there trying to make a name for themselves now. It's terrible.
And you know they come back with the Married with Children, the animated series, right?
Oh Lord, who's watching that? The animated version of these shows is gonna hit different. It's not gonna. Good Times is should not never be an animated show. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
God.
Now this should Married with Children. You know, it's crazy.
Also, one more thing before I head out. Soundtracks are gonna the first soundtrack we're gonna do is the Dangerous Mind soundtrack and stuff like that. A lot of the soundtrack we're gonna talk about, some of the movies are trash and shit like
Uh,
that. I'm gonna be real with you, but the soundtracks are fire.
Trash soundtracks.
Not all of them. Some of them are just gonna be some surprises.
Mm-mm-mm.
All I'm gonna review for right now is Dangerous Minds and shit, cause that's a soundtrack I would kind of consider a classic.
Such an overrated film.
The film was overrated, yes.
That ain't even Michelle Pfeiffer's best performance.
Oh no,
She's done so much better movies than that.
yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good on that. All right, but other than that, anything you want to say before we head out?
I got a top five vinyl that's coming. B Reps September 1st. Mac Wiles review. Shout out to Ralphie Diaz. All my Knicks fans, all my NBA lovers, subscribe to his channel on YouTube. He's a Knicks guy like myself. Love my Knicks. So he asked me to join his platform in September. September, October, we're gonna do like a NBA preseason NBA 2024-2025 season special, talking about the new season coming up, talking about the Knicks and the moves that they made. So look out for that. A lot of great stuff coming, man.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. All right. Other than that, hope you guys have a very, very, very wonderful, safe night. Appreciate this try as usual, and I'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.